theorem is wrong. And this is why we cannot publish any more until you finally trust me on this business of proofs. Intuition can only carry you so far.
Stop! I can't hear this anymore. Intuition? You say this word as if it is nothing. Is that all it is to you? All that I am?
Look, I'm sorry. I'm missing something.
You've never even seen me, let alone know me. You are a man of no faith. I don't see pictures of anyone here, not even family. Who are you, Mr. Hardy?
How dare you?
We know who you are, and we love you, and we have faith in you. His emotionally charged performance right there in Slumdog Millionaire, actually, in 2008, launched him into superstardom. Now Dev Patel is back at TIFF for the premiere of that brilliant film. It's called The Man Who Knew Infinity, and we're infinitely happy to have you here, Dev Patel.
What a tongue twister.
I tried, yeah, I couldn't get it out. Dev Patel. Dev, I am such a huge fan of yours. So, like we said, you burst onto the international scene with a little film called Slumdog in 2008 here.
Yeah. It was beautiful. We had a great reception out here. It was very overwhelming for me because I think it was my first film festival, so I turned up in my school shoes, and yeah, it was beautiful.
And then it swept the Oscars that year with
it did indeed.
8 wins. So how intimidating was that to be thrusted in instantly under the microscope?
It was pretty intense, but a blessing. You know, no one really gets that kind of reception in your first film, so we came out the gates pretty strong. We had a very positive welcome by everyone. So, you know, I'm very proud of the film and what happened.
I loved this film. It is such a bromance, and it's a biopic.
Mathematical bromance.
A mathematical
is what I call it.
bromance.
Yeah.
But it's so much more than this incredible man. It's a biopic, so it's
based on a true story about a young man called Srinivasa Ramanujan. It's kind of set in the 1900s, and it's about a young man who had no formal training of mathematics. He came from a tiny part in the south of India, and he...
Self-taught.
Yeah, self-taught mathematician, and got brought over to Cambridge by Jeremy Irons' character, G.H. Hardy, and they create some of the greatest formulas together after facing a lot of prejudice and adversity, and he's the youngest Indian fellow of Trinity College, so it's quite a big
prodigy.
deal. Yeah.
And breaking through so many barriers, and at the the universal themes of believing in yourself, regardless of the obstacles that come your way.
Well, he was a very religious man actually, and he believed that all his mathematical equations came from God. And in a kind of science that needs proofs, he was very abstract. So a lot of people at the time didn't really understand what he was doing, but Jeremy Irons' character did.
And you had first heard about him in another film with Robin Williams.
Yeah, I think they talk about him in Good Will Hunting. I think it's Robin Williams and Stellan Skarsgård. I think those are the two actors who are talking about this.
Ramanujan.
Yeah, talking about this Indian mathematician, which is Ramanujan. Yeah.
So what's it like now being back here? You know, this is premiere night again. Do you get very excited come opening night?
I'm so
Jeremy
excited.
Irons will be joining you at Roy Thompson.
I mean, I know we're kind of near the end of the festival, but there's still a buzz about town. I haven't seen Jeremy in a while. And it was a really tiny film, so we didn't really expect it to get a release in Toronto. So and the theatre sold out, which is very exciting.
Well, of course, and it is a brilliant film. I just want to hug you the entire movie because you really do such a tender, touching, powerful job.
Thank you very much.
Capturing all the struggles that he went through, but still, you know, that determination to succeed despite all the naysayers pointing.
It's a story of triumph. So, yeah.
And you've got another movie coming out.
I do.
It's called Lion.
It's called Lion.
Nicole
we
Kidman.
just wrapped shooting that in Melbourne, Australia, with Nicole Kidman, Rooney Mara.
And you perfected an Australian accent?
I did. Well, I hope so. I don't want to talk myself into a corner, but it was very hard. I spent a lot of time on it. Yeah.
Give me a little shrimp on the bobby. I
Yeah.
also loved you in the newsroom. What was that like? I felt like you guys had a blast on set.
It
Jeff
was,
Daniels, Jane Fonda. I mean,
that's a very intense experience, especially for Jeff, who's kind of got a mountain of lines every day.
Yeah.
But to be speaking Sorkin's lines day in and day out is quite a privilege, so I was very lucky.
And the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, and then the subsequent sequel.
Yeah.
Jane, I can't say
Dame Judi Dench. The double dames and Maggie Smith. Yeah.
What was she like?
They're both so incredible, so gracious. I mean, to be surrounded by that ensemble is, you know, the titans of cinema, as I call them. I call it the Avengers for over 60s, actually.
It really is. They're superheroes.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was fun.
We look forward to everything that you do because it
Thank
turns
you.
to gold and continued success. And enjoy your time here in Toronto.
Thank you.
And make sure you check it out. Like you said, it's sold out, but it will be on wide release very soon. It's called The Man Who Knew Infinity. It's got its TIFF premiere tonight at Roy Thompson Hall at 6:30. You've got a long day ahead.
A big day.
Promise me you'll come back again.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Right now, over to Kevin Frankish in the newsroom.